Hi and welcome to this Key Learning Initiative video. Today's topic is measurement, and we're doing metric conversions from millimeters, centimeters, meters and kilometers. Before we get going, please like and share this video, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button so that more and more people can hear about it, and that when I produce new stuff you can hear about it too. But let's get going with today's lesson. Changing units of length. We start off with meters. Now, as we move off to the left, we get decameters, hectometers and kilometers. In 1 decameter there are 10 meters, so 10 meters is 1 decameter. Likewise, if I have 10 decameters, I have 1 hectometer. And similarly, if I have 10 hectometers, I have 1 kilometer. If we move over to the right, we have decimeters, centimeters and millimeters. And it works the same. There are 10 decimeters in a meter, there are 10 centimeters in a decimeter, and there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. But in my experience, and most of the questions you would ever look at, we only use 4 of the above. We use kilometers, meters, centimeters and millimeters. However, if you know of a place that uses hectometers or decameters, please write it in the comments. I'd be interested to know. I haven't found very many at all, but if you know any, please write down some examples. It would be nice to share. Alright, now have a look at the numbers in green at the bottom. Between kilometers and meters there's 1,000. In other words, I have 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Between meters and centimeters the units are 100, so there are 100 centimeters in a meter. And the number between centimeters and millimeters is 10, which means there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. Now, for the purpose of this video, please have a look. I put an arrow pointing left with a divide sign and an arrow pointing right with a multiply sign. And this is my table or my card or whatever you want to call it, my conversion table. If you want to pause here and just copy it down, that might be a good idea, because we're going to use this table in all 4 of our examples. Let's get to our examples now. So, example 1. Change 3,2 kilometers to meters. And this is the way you do it. So my working out, I write down 3,2. Now I look at my table. Alright, I want to go from kilometers to meters. So I want to go from kilometers to meters. So I'm going from left to right. Now, if I look towards the top of my table, can you see it multiply? When I'm going from kilometers to meters, I multiply. So I write down a multiply, 3,2 multiply. Now, when I go from kilometers to meters, what is my green number? Can you see it's 1,000? And so it's 3,2 times 1,000. And that gives me 3,200 meters. Please be careful you don't forget the meters or the sign or the unit at the end of your answer. Let's look at example 2. Change 28,7 meters to millimeters. Again, we write down our 28,7. We bring in our conversion table. Now, we want to go from meters all the way to millimeters. See that you have to go from meters to centimeters and then centimeters to millimeters. Yes, you can do it in one step if you want, but for the sake of this video I'm going to do it in 2. Now we're going from left to right, from meters to millimeters, and so we're going to multiply. Alright, so we write down multiply. Now, to go from meters to centimeters, look at the green number. it's 100, and so we multiply by 100. But we're not at millimeters yet, so multiply again. Now, to go from centimeters to millimeters, our number is 10, and so we multiply by 10, and now we're at millimeters. We take 28,7 times 100 times 10, we put that in our calculator, and we get 28,700 millimeters. Example 3. Change 213 centimeters to meters. Now again, we write down 213. We bring in our table. We want to go from centimeters to meters. So centimeters to meters. Can you see we're going off to the left? Centimeters to meters, we're going left. And that means I'm going to need to divide. So I write down my divide sign. Now I'm going from centimeters to meters. The green number at the bottom is 100, and so I have divided by 100. I put that in my calculator, I press equals, and I get 2,13 meters. Relatively easy. Let's look at example 4. Change 7,610,000 millimeters to kilometers. So, just like in all the previous examples, I write down the 7,610,000. Now, I bring in my table. I am going from millimeters all the way to kilometers. So, millimeters to centimeters, centimeters to meters, and then meters to kilometers. I'm going from right to left, and so I'm dividing. Put in my divide sign. Okay, so millimeters to centimeters, can you see it's 10, so I divide by 10. Next step, from centimeters to meters, again I'm going left, so I divide. Centimeters to meters is 100, so I divide by 100. Now from meters to kilometers, again I'm still going left, and so I divide. And from meters to kilometers, it's 1,000, and so I divide by 1,000. Now I take all that working out, I put it in my calculator, I press equals, and hopefully I get 7,61 kilometers. And there we have it. Thank you for watching this Key Learning Initiative video on measurement and conversions from millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. Please remember to like and share and subscribe to my channel. Also remember, if you can find anywhere that uses hectometers, deca, or decimeters, please write it in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day and that this video has been helpful.